Marvin Harrison Jr., the 6'3", 209-pound junior out of Ohio State University. Um, at one point was widely regarded as the consensus top wide receiver pick, and now we've seen a little bit of contention coming up here for this number one wide receiver pick here as of late. So we'll find out whether that's going to be fact or cap. Going back to a previous segment we had, there you go, Derek. But yeah, so obviously early first round pick, expect him to go in the top 5. Elite athlete, comes from a bloodline, obviously, with his father playing in Indianapolis with Peyton Manning for all these years. Soft hands, really good footwork. He's a very strong route runner and knows how to create separation on intermediate and deep throws pretty stinking easily. He has long arms, so it helps him play bigger than his 6'3" frame. It also helps him with a great catch radius, so he's a little bit more forgiving on slightly off-target passes. But nevertheless, all these rookies have things to work on. So a couple things that Harrison needs to work on. He needs to make sure he keeps that ball high and tight, carries it a little bit too loose. And we know how punch happy these NFL defensive backs are, right? They absolutely get going when they feel like they can get turnovers and turn maybe a broken coverage into a turnover and a change of possession. So got to hold that ball nice and tight. Also probably work on some overall strength, right? Too often he gets brought down by the first guy. So you'd like to see him have, and not Derrick Henry status breaking tackles, but you'd like to see him get through some of the arm tackles that some of these DBs use at times and be able to kind of fight through that. And then kind of the last thing is with the great speed that he has, sometimes he misses when to gear down, right? And when I'm saying that, it's like some of the comebacks or right, some of the quick ends to get underneath that defensive back and create that separation. At times he does struggle with that, especially on the shorter routes, because his burst is so good, doesn't slow down quite as well. So nevertheless, extremely fluid athlete, guys. Like this guy is one of the can't miss opportunities here in the draft. So whether he goes to Arizona, whether he goes to Washington, whether he goes to New England, like all these top teams, right, that we kind of heard him, Arizona, I said Arizona, that he's been rumored to. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be an immediate impact and help whatever quarterback he is playing for.